Blessed are we, magical peoples. Oh, okay. So we're going to have fun today. We're going to enjoy. I wanted to get on here and, communicate with you and, reach out, see how everyone was doing and all that wonderful stuff. But I also wanted to not just ramble. So I figured we'd do a reading, a pick a card reading. And as above, so below. And so this is my thought process in regards to the reading that we are going to do, okay? And so it's more about reaching to your higher self, your spirits, your allies, spiritual forces, and paying attention. There's three parts to this. So it's as above. So the information, the vibration, which is in heaven or spirit world or higher perspective and things like that. So what is what are the spirits, the gods, whatever you work with? What's going on here? What is being helped, what help is being provided to us, and all of those. Well, hello, Anita. All of those wonderful things. So what is going up, as above, what's happening there to help us take our lives to the next level, to help us design our lives, to help us take control and work to manifest the things that we want, right? And so so below is the stuff that we're working on, the stuff that we are present with, the stuff that's going on in the physical world. So the third part is us. It is entirely up to us to discern. Well, hello, Yoli, welcome. It is up to us to discern, how we want to navigate and bridge the information that divinity or higher self, whatever you want to call it, right? To bridge that information. So it is up to us to say, like, look, this is my life. What's going on here? The information that is in the heavens, right? The information that is in the cosmos, whatnot. This is the information that is being provided to us to help us manifest and create what we desire. Does that make sense? Well, hello, Rachel. Good to see you. Hello, Holly. So that's kind of like the sort of foundation for the reading. I'm going to do 3 stacks. Well, hello, Robin. Welcome, Renee. And we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy. So really take some time, y'all. Take some time to tune in. Take some time to focus on your breathing. Take some time to focus on your heartbeat. Just tune in with yourself and really focus on, your life, focus on what you're going through, how you're feeling, and what you'd like to be going through and what you'd like to be feeling, right? So it's really entirely up to us to take charge of our life, but this reading will help us sort of get an understanding as to, what's going on and what we can work with, what's working on our behalf, right? Well, hello, Sarah and Skektek. Hello. And we're working with my Metamorphosis Oracle. So we're going to enjoy. Let's focus and call in your spirits, call in your guides, your ancestors, your allies, call in all the good shit, whatever you prefer, whoever you reach out to, God, goddess, gods, no judgment. Whoever you reach out to, whatever you reach out to that vibration and, be present with yourself. Invite that energy here now so we can create a really great reading for all of us. You know what I mean? We're going to have fun. My arms are a little sore. Today was like week 6 of my my weight training routine, so I was lifting heavier. Yeah. So I'm like, I can't shuffle. I hope everyone's doing well. Let me just shuffle a little more. But yeah, and remember, this is our reading together. This is our time together. So feel free to share your thoughts. Feel free to, when the card pops up, share what pops up for you. Share how it makes you feel. Share your thoughts. Again, this is our time. Calling in all the good shit, right? Absolutely. That's, for your highest and best and what is present with you. Yeah. So, a couple more shuffles and I think we're good. So, right here. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to do 3 stacks. So when you're ready, the first number that pops into your head, the first number that comes just as a knowing or whatever, your dominant psychic experience, your trait is, that's entirely up to you. So 1, 2, or 3, that first number, go ahead and comment or write it down. This is your experience, so you don't have to engage if you don't want to, but write it down, take notes. 1, 2, or 3, go ahead and comment or write down. And remember, that is going to help you fine-tune this experience. 1, 2, or 3, whatever you're called to. 2. Okay, one more shuffle and we're good. But yeah, 1, 2, or 3, go ahead and comment or write it down. And we will get into this. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. So, all right, as above, so below. As above, so below. Interesting. Okay, as above, so below. Okay, so, all right, here we go. So stack 1, okay, 6 minutes in. I'm going to try and keep a track 6 minutes in for stack 1 so I can go back into the YouTube video and I'll do a timestamp so you can go back and revisit what stack you chose. So stack 1, the first card, as above, so as above, so below, okay? First card is red force. And just think of this as, messages, energies, vibrations that are manifesting or are being worked to lower its vibration to be made manifest in our physical reality. So as above, the stuff that's going on, let's say in the heavens, right? Red force, seduction, warmth, bloodlust, kink, sexual, primitive attraction, mastery. So red, you can't really see that. My lighting is a little funky right now. So red force, how does that make you feel? And when you think of like a higher vibrational, the information that is being given to you right now in regards to your life, red force, what is that saying to you? And there you can kind of see it. I really like it. There's seduction energy, and there's nothing wrong. So what I'm feeling, what I'm being asked to express is in regards to the energy that is being worked to help us create in our own life right now. It really has to do with action-oriented energy. It also has to do with like body positivity. It has to do with ourselves as sexual and sensual beings working through different things that we different hangups, understanding our body, understanding what we feel, what we're going through, our physical body, taking care of it. And so there's this like really like physical, lusty, seductive, sensual, higher vibrational connection that is sort of like working out in order for us to receive it in the physical. And so it is this like understanding that, I am in charge of my body. Nobody else is. Nobody has say, right? We have to take ownership and responsibility for what we allow to be our experience. So if we, an example, if we have negative sexual experiences, right, that does not have to set the tone for every experience that we have after. Does that make sense? And so I think there's a lot of healing and a lot of work through it, and we all have to do our part to work through this stuff. But the stuff that is going on in the heavens that is being blessed here in the present is understanding that we can take our own experiences back. We can take our body back. We can take the beliefs in how we express ourselves back. It takes time. It might even take therapy. It might take so many different things. We have to discern. Again, each and every one of us are the third party here. Like we're the core part. So we discern how it manifests for us and what we need to be doing to take action and transfer that information, right? And so with red force, it is this sort of like self-mastery. It is understanding destructive fire force, clearing the way. I like that. So it is understanding that, look, each and every one of us, has this control over our own ability to perceive our own life experience. And so with red, it's like, look, we have to take action. We have to start somewhere. We aren't going to have, will not have all of the answers right away. And we are going to fuck up. We are going to come across as an asshole. We are going to come across as whatever. But you know what? The thing that is very important with the red force, and the thing that spirit, energy is is giving us, is like, you must start somewhere, and you must realize you do have the strength to carry on. You do have the strength, the heart, the blood, the life force to create something differently for yourself. And so that is what is being expressed by that card. It's like, you have the ability to understand yourself. It doesn't matter if other people don't understand you. When you have true awareness of self, and you have this really you just know yourself, your body, what you like, what you enjoy, how far you're willing to go to experiment with life and try new things. When you know yourself so well, you do not allow for other people to take you away from yourself. Does that make sense? And so I think that's kind of like that's what is being gifted to us in regards to spirit, right? This is the stuff that is working, that is not yet made manifest, right? This is the stuff in the heavens that is like co-creating the energies that are sort of like moving around to be made present, right? And so it's really important for us to look at all of that. And it's a physical thing, but it's also an active force. So we know that it's requires us to take action. So that's as above in step 1. So let's look at so below. So what's on earth? As it is in heaven, so it is on earth. So it's a mirror effect. So what's going up here is also going on down here in different ways. And so interestingly enough, it's water, freedom, soulful, healing, sensitive, unifying, hidden, needy, martyred, and chaos. Water can be chaotic a little bit. Right? And so we have water, freedom, right? So this is so below. What is that saying about our current expression, right? What is that saying about the current moment, as well as how does that connect with as above? How can we utilize so below? How can we utilize that to bring more of as above into our current space, into our body? So water, freedom comes up, and so this is as below, and so we know this is a very physical thing. These are things that we are currently going through right now, and I like it because water is very emotional, very spiritual. So there's a lot of emotions right now in the world that are being unearthed, right? Interesting perspective to think, reflect on. Yes, absolutely. So there's a lot of stuff that we are working through right now. There's a lot of emotional stuff that is being unearthed, right? And a lot of times, again, with red and force, right? With red force that is being blessed by the gods, or spirit or God, you get it. That's being given to us to understand the physical expression of things right now. We realize like a lot of the emotions that are across the board for all of us, as a whole, a lot of these things are necessary to be unearthed, so we can create an experience where we bring healing into our lives. And when we bring healing into our lives, each and every one of us, when we create that healing, when we understand our emotions, when we take our power back, when we unify the mind, body, and spirit, right? When we bring all aspects of who we are in alignment, right? When we bring all aspects in alignment of ourselves, mind, body, spirit, all souls, all of that, when we bring that in alignment, we have we embody all that we are. And so the water It's giving us power back. It is understanding where we've come from and understanding as well that our emotional standpoint, our emotional expression, there's nothing wrong with that. We don't need to judge it. We don't need to just get over emotions. We get to embody them. We get to embrace them. We get to investigate them. We get to navigate that watery realm. And this is another thing, is like, because a lot of us are going through emotional shit, there's a lot of emotions being like activated right now. It pulls a lot up from things that we have buried very deep. Does that make sense? And so a lot of like old experiences that maybe we just want to forget, or we haven't worked through, and we didn't plan on working through, a lot of that stuff is getting activated and being made known right now in this present moment. And so, Spirit is reminding us with Red Force that, look, love yourself, absolutely, and love who you are. Experience that energy and know that it is okay, whatever you go through. You don't have to condone behaviors of other people. You can own your emotions and be responsible for your emotions, and know that what we experience, we may learn from. Hello, Minuet, welcome. We may understand, we may be sensitive to, but we don't have to live in those experiences. We don't have to live in those emotions. So all of, let's say, the challenging, the friction that has come up, we get to discern what we will take from it, and then what we will lay to rest. So we don't have to take the entire experience. We can bury certain things back. We can lay certain things, to rest, because you know what? They don't serve us. And then we can take the promising things. We can take the things that we have learned and utilize the things that we have learned. Like, this was about you. So when we go through something, hopefully I'm making sense. Let me know. When we go through certain events, it's a co-creative process, obviously, when we're going through certain things. But at the same time, when it's harmful, when it's hurtful, when it's traumatic, it's not about us per se. It is about the individuals, the situation that is targeting us. It says more about them, right? So we don't have to take that on with us. I hope that makes sense. We don't have to take that on. We don't have to embody that. When we have the opportunity to learn, to grow, to talk to the right professional, to heal, we get to work through these things, and we don't need to take that on. And so we learn to become more of who we are by understanding that, look, that wasn't me. I did not ask for this. I did not do this to myself. I did not create this, right? That was on them. They can take that with them. I have released them or that situation. They can go. I have learned. I choose to learn from this situation. I choose to learn more about who I am because of this situation. I cannot change that, but I'm choosing to change the way I think about something, because I choose myself. I choose to live better for myself. I choose to have a better life experience. I am not going to allow an outside source to live my life. No, right? And so with water, there is this very heavy emotional shit that is like just being it's constant. There's this heavy flow, you guys. It does say heavy flow, doesn't it, with water and red? Heavy flow. So yeah. So it's okay. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be an emotional wreck. Don't think that because you are crying or you are just really emotional that somehow that is bad. Don't judge yourself for just bam, just out of nowhere, just extremely emotional. Let it be what it is for you, and just simply embrace that, right? And so that's kind of, does that make sense? And so going through let's see. Yeah. Going through the river of emotions is often the only way to heal those past issues. Absolutely. Yeah. Integrate in the healthiest fashion for you. Yes. Look at you, full of gems today, every day. So, yeah. And so, as above, red, force, so below, water, freedom. think of as above, we have red, right? As above, and then we have water. The core component is you. So for anyone who chose stack 1, you are the core component in this. And so you get to, there is a word, it's not coming to me, but you get to bridge, you get to integrate, you get to merge those two things. So no, all of this emotional stuff that we're going through, right? We get to unify with red and force, with taking action. So give yourself some time to tune in with the emotional stuff and ask yourself, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. All right. So how do I want to navigate this? What do I want out of this? How do I want to experience this after? Like what is going to happen after? What do I focus upon? And so once we are aware and acknowledge where we currently are, we can then discern and utilize that as information, data, to figure out where we'd like to be. Okay. And then with red force, we get to utilize our body. We get to utilize our sensuality to just channel that energy and figure out how to take action. Mastery. So what can we do to master our situation? Right. So can't dam the river. It will take, yeah. So that's, an attraction. So again, there's a lot of things that this can express. And I think for each and every one of you who chose this deck, you'll be able to discern with what's been said already. What is the goal? Yeah. How to apply it. But it really is also learning to love yourself. Like, it doesn't matter your body shape, wherever you are, learn to really appreciate. I'm touching my tits apparently. Learn to appreciate what you have. Learn to appreciate this body, because this body is what you have right now. This is a body that we have created on some level. And whenever we want to change something, it may not be easy, but we can do certain things to change our perception about our body and to, initiate different things to create a change. But it is important at all aspects, at all levels, to love our current progress, right? So hopefully that makes sense a little for y'all. That was stack 1, and we're going to go into stack 2 right now. So stack 2, so 2150. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this organized. 2150. So stack 2, again, this will be for those of you who chose stack 2. We're going to start with as above. Stack 2, as above. So what is in heaven? What are the gods, the spirits, your ancestors, God, goddess, source energy, right? What is being expressed? What is being utilized right now? What is in the works, right? For us to take into consideration. Gemini, the talker, impersonal, logical, emphasis on our immediate environment. So Gemini. So what does that say to you? And how does that make you feel? So Gemini, in regards to as above. So as above, what's going on in heaven, the cosmos, what's being sort of like worked in our favor to help us in our physical space. So Gemini, the talker, impersonal, logical, emphasis on the immediate environment. And so what I feel is being expressed right now in regards to all the spiritual energy that is working. There's some terms I'm trying to say, and I can't find them right now, so I don't know why. Anyways, so there's the spiritual, force, right, that is working on our behalf. And so what is being given to us right now is this Gemini essence. And so I feel, again, like this is expressing, like, right now, it is important that we start learning how to communicate effectively. And we need to sort of take a step back. And as we are passionate about certain things, as we are passionate about the lives of our lives, and as we are passionate about certain situations, we can get, hello, Felicia, or Felicia, sorry. However, so we can get caught up in the passion. We can get caught up in the cause, and we're so emotionally charged that we don't realize that we may be doing more harm than good. And so with Gemini, it's like, okay, this impersonal vibration, impersonal energy. So we are so invested. When we are emotional, when we are invested, a lot of things can manifest greatly. But if we don't navigate it properly for ourselves, if we don't tune in with our heart and our core, we start to manifest things that are out of alignment with what we really desire. Well, hello, Joanne. And so it's important that we take a little from the impersonal energy of Gemini and realize that we need to take a step back. So if we're really passionate and watery, like emotional about something, maybe it's time to take a step back and look at it from an analytical approach, look at it from a logical approach, and ask ourselves, like, is it worthy of me investing my time into this when I realize it might not be? So I'm going to take a step back. I'm not going to invest as much, right? And so the spirits, are working, the gods are working to remind us that, what, we also need to focus on our immediate environment. And so if we are so passionate about the outside world, okay, if we are so passionate, and we should be, but if we're so passionate about everything that's going on outside of us, we can forget ourselves. And so it's really important that we discern when to invest into the outside world, and then when we need to get back to core, when we need to get back to our heart, when we need to get back to our own home. Right? Does that make sense? And so that's Gemini being expressed as above. So the source energy gods are definitely letting us know that, what, focus on your own shit. Focus on your own shit. Focus on your own environment. What's going on at home? And it doesn't have to be anything negative. It really doesn't. It's just what's going on at home. What can you focus on at home or in your immediate environment that you can give your love to, that you can give your investment to, because we need to work on this at home so then we can shift and change the outside world, right? And so that's, again, I've been saying that a lot, but it starts with us. It starts with our own, and home could be like literally the home that we live in. It could be our workplace. It could be so many different things, but it also can be the home, like this body, right? Our body is our vehicle, the vessel in which our soul inhabits or impresses upon, right? And so that's interesting. So there's so many different things that we get to take into consideration, right? And so Gemini, the talker, it is learning about communicating who you are, what you are, your authenticity, right? Where you are in life, what it is that you actually need, your home, your body, listen to it. What does it need? What does it actually need? I'm not saying like, bitch, I need some cake right now. I wish I could eat cake. No, it's like, what does my body really need? I need to feel healthy. I need to make sure I take care of it. And so for me, I need these certain things. A bitch needs to drink more water. Sure. Okay. So it's does that make sense? I'm just rambling, but it's that communication, and it's also being impersonal. Like, okay, whatever. Like, you really don't need that cake. Come on now, let's be serious. Okay, no cake today, but we do need to focus on this environment because we know it doesn't feel good when you eat too much of that. And so, what do I need to bring into my home, into my space, my immediate environment to make me feel good and to help me? So it's not just like food, but it's also like thought process, the things that we watch. I've been really, really sensitive lately to certain videos. Like, I just can't. There's certain things, like when it's a movie I can sort of like handle a little better, but when it's like real shit, like life shit that's going on, I can't. Like I cannot allow myself to digest the information that is being emitted from those videos, and when it hurts, like it really does. And I've never used to be that way. It's like, okay, whatever. But now it's like I just can't. I won't take that in if I can help it. I'm not going to watch that shit. Like I don't like the way way that feels. And so it's like, that's my immediate environment. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I don't feel that great, right? And so that's what's being given to us from spirit, right? That's the download that is being given, is like, okay, we must learn to communicate effectively, which means that we do have to kind of come across a little impersonal, so we don't get caught up in the emotion, because when we get caught up in the emotion, the expression, the mission may get lost, right? And then focus on being logical and fair, and focus on your immediate environment, whether it be your home, your work, your body. When I say body, I also mean like mind, body, spirit. Like, that's all connected to us, okay? So focus on that. It will help. It does. So let's see. More harm than good. So I agree. My kid tried to clean the front of TV, the spray fried. Oh no! Trying to help, but oh crap, perfect innocent. Yeah, yep. Oh no. So I was like, okay, take a step back. Shit. Okay, so that was as above for stack 2. So below again, our physical environment, what's already actually in play, what's going on right now. And remember, you, the individual, are the third component. So you are sort of like the medium that bridges what the earth and the heavens. Okay, so you're gonna filter this. So below, blue, somber. I knew someone named Somber. She was so cute. She was fun. It was so interesting that her name was Somber. I just remember her personality was just amazing. She had like I love curly hair. She had curly hair. She was a stylist like I was. We went to training together. Sorry, I always remember her when I pull the card. So blue, somber. Depth, introvert. This is interesting. Do you see how it's kind of connecting? Sorry. So we have the Gemini as above, like immediate environment, and then we have blue. There's depth. There's introvert, right? And introverted energy. Focus on your own shit. Calming, longing. Longing is interesting. Communication, Gemini communication, like that. Ooh. Sadness, weighted, focus. Blue can be a very somber energy too. It's like, calm, but when we get too calm and too like relaxed, we can get a little like, too comfortable. When we're too comfortable, things like we don't realize like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like feeling that comfortable, because then I'm just like going through the motions and boring. Ew. So what does that say to you? Blue, somber. How does that represent the immediate, like the physical earth, the physical environment that we are in, right? I get asked all the time how I can do palliative care, but I can't watch a video of someone being punched. I keep saying there is a big difference. There absolutely is. Like in the moment, I can see certain things. Like if I have to, see someone bleeding, help them out, whatever, I can do that shit. But when it comes to like violence, like physical violence, on videos, like disgusting shit, I cannot. It's so different. It's so different. Yeah. Anyways, so blue, somber. So our physical environment, the earth that we are living in right now for stack 2. So there's depth here. So we realize like there's a lot of internal processing. You like that? Sorry, I just can't stop talking with my hands and my entire body. So there is depth here. So it's expressing like we are on the right path. We are on the right track for us, but it's very important that we remain a little introverted, because it is time to sort of face our demons. It is time to look within and really pay attention to what's going on in here. Pay attention to what's going on in our own world, worrying and being aware of ourselves and our own lives. And so there's depth to be discovered in the work that we do in our own lives. So who am I? Right? Ask that question to yourself. Like, who am I? How do I feel today? What am I thinking about? What am I going through? Does that make sense? And so we get to tune within and ask ourselves these questions. We get to tune within and discern. Again, that's my favorite word right now, discern. Discern. We get to look at what is going on within us, because when we pay attention to our body, our mind, our spirit, when we pay attention to what we are feeding our souls, right? When we pay attention to all of that information, we realize the world that we are creating for ourselves. So when we focus on our internal realm and we realize like, oh, I'm giving so much time to watching this drama, this gossip, this pettiness. I'm giving so much time to all of this. That's not healthy. I don't like that, because, and I realize like I'm feeling really shitty. I'm feeling really gross. I don't like that. I don't like it. Or I'm engaging in a lot of communication that is weighing on me, but I don't know that. I can't pull that apart until I go within an introvert to pay attention to how I'm feeling, to pay attention to what is feeding me, right? On all kinds of levels, and seeing how I connect. And then when I pay attention to myself, when I'm introverted, I get to realize like, oh, that's where it's coming from. And so then I can communicate effectively. I can't just say, hey, you dumb bitch, stop talking to me about this shit. Well, that's rude. I can't say that. I mean, I can, but that's not going to be effective, right? And so it's like, if this is someone that I care about, it's like, look, I can work to communicate differently. So instead of gossiping about this situation all the time, I can change the conversation. Or if it's not happening, I can have a conversation with this individual, this situation, whatever, and say, you know what? I'm really focusing on trying to, and focusing on being better for myself. And I'm not saying this is negative or that you're negative. I'm just saying that I do not want to participate in the conversation of gossip in regards to the situation anymore. So let's talk about something different, right? Does that make sense? And so I feel like this is there's this longing to be able to be seen and heard as you really are for stack 2. It is this calling out. Like I simply want to communicate with people who really see me, who really get me. I want to connect with people who really get me. And that can bring a sadness because we feel alone on some level, but we're not. But when we realize, like, you know, as below, what's going on in our earthly realm right now, like I'm longing to communicate and connect with people who get me, who I understand, and who understand me. So we realize, okay, you can still do that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go find new people. Sometimes that's the case, but sometimes it's a learning to change the way you respond. And again, that's why being an introvert right now is beneficial, to look within, right? To look within and assess your situation and figure out, you know, how you can play a different role, how you can play a different part to get the results that you seek. So longing to communicate effectively with people who get you, well, maybe you need to figure out who the real you is. Maybe it's time to unearth the real you, to unearth, you know, what it means to step into that real, that true you, and how you can share that with the people around you. And know this: it is about you. It is not about them. And so if people around you start to respond to you in what feels like a negative way, they're just shocked because they're not used to this new version, or the version of you that you want to share now. They're not used to it. So they may react what we judge as negative. They may react negatively. And that's okay. That's on them. They're not used to it. They're used to you being a certain way. That's okay. So sometimes they will adjust. There's an adjustment period. And sometimes it's just like we have to walk away from situations and we have to walk away from people, right? So when we step into our truth, when we step into being who we really are, and then we're connecting with other people from that, it opens the pathway for other people to have opportunities of change and healing. So that's why it starts with us. Does that make sense? I need a little sip. So as above and so below, we have Gemini and blue, somber. And so we realize, like, look, we're going through a lot of, like, you know, introverted stuff. We're figuring out a lot about our internal dynamic, but we realize again, this is a blessing because the spirits are blessing us with working on our immediate environment, how I feel about my body, how I feel about my relationships, who I am in my relationships, who I am in my body, who I am in my home, like what my home looks like. I need to take some time and focus on my home, cleansing and cleaning and navigating that realm, or whatever it looks like for each and every one of us. But it is about learning not to be so harsh to ourselves as well. It is communicating effectively, not just to other people, but to ourselves. So learning to communicate almost in a detached way, learning to communicate in a detached way where we are not harsh on ourselves. We're looking internal, we're vulnerable, and that's a powerful place to be, is vulnerable, right? And so we get to see our truth, and we're like, look, I really love you. I love the fuck out of you because you're amazing. You really are. You chose to be here. And so we are doing this together. We're creating this. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's awesome. Like, I really am awesome. You're really awesome. And it's okay to own. And we don't have to channel these intense emotions that are based on projections from outside sources or past experiences. We get to own our current moment. And I think that's why a lot of times it's really important to sort of like channel that introversion where we can look within and see, like, look, this is me right now. I'm going within and I'm going to look at myself and I'm going to communicate to myself in a very impersonal way so I can take it in, right? Does that make sense? So it really is about our immediate environment. I really feel like that's what's being expressed in this reading. So focus on your immediate environment, whatever that means to you. And know you have the key by tuning within, as well as communicating, being very aware that communicating what's going on in here is effective. And stepping into your authenticity, because longing to be a part of something, when you realize why you're longing, and when you realize if you step into that sort of role, if you step into the person you want to be, when you step into how you'd like to receive yourself, right? It changes everything. It changes everything. Well, hello, Tori. So let's see. We teach others how to treat us. Some people deal with the shift easier than others. Rise to, grow with, or fall back. New boundaries means new energy, means formulating new responses. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, stack 3. We're at 41. Okay, stack 3. This is for those who chose stack 3. As above is union, feel as one. So union, feel as one. So teamwork, Gaia's heartbeat, coming together, understanding, and hive. So union, feel as one. This is as above. This is, how it is in heaven, what's going on in the cosmos or cosmic energy that is being utilized, made manifest, to help us make manifest the physical space. And so union as feel as one is the inspiration that we are looking to channel in our present moment to create, right? So union, feel as one. It really is about humanity. It is about people. It is really about learning to connect with not just spirit, but with self, with people, with energies, right? It's not just about the spiritual world, because we are living in the physical world. So it is about learning to connect with our fellow human being from a distance, bitches. Wear the goddamn mask. Stay away right now. That's what I'm saying. But still, we can still connect. So it's feeling, it's understanding that there is a lot of like emotional connection, heartfelt connection that is being produced right now, so we can really take full advantage of our physical experience, and really is understanding that we all, I hope we all simply want to be loved and express love and receive love, and to be successful, whatever that means for us. We all want very similar things. And so when we understand that, why would we look at another person and say, you don't deserve that, you cannot have that? Why would we look down on someone? And so what is being expressed right now is learning to take care of self, and understanding that we are all in this together. And in order to create in this space for stack 3, in order to create what it is you are seeking to create in your life, when it is about working together. I'm losing my voice, I think. It is about working together. It is about coming together. It is about not just about coming together with spirit and aligning yourself with spirit and heart space. It is aligning yourself with the right people. It's aligning yourself with people who matter to you. It is aligning yourself with family who matter to you. It is, and family can be chosen family, right? So it is aligning yourself with energies, with people, and understanding that we are all we are all a part of this solution, and we must do our part, play our part, by recognizing when we feel as one, when we really connect and tap into that flow, we experience something that simply cannot be expressed. When you can tap into the flow and you can see each other as kindred, right? That is entirely something else. So integrate and merge. I'm truly connected with spirit. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. And so, as above, it is a time for understanding. It is a time for feeling. It is a time which is for all those who are witches out there, and people who are not witches. Like it is a time for us to really connect with nature again, to really appreciate nature. Sorry, I was looking outside because I saw a bird. Anyways, so it's a time to find that connection. It's a time to to really feel and see things with a new perspective, and appreciate the beauty of the natural world. And when we can connect, when we can take care of our gardens, or when we can just look at the grass and be like, ooh, grass, and just look at the natural world and connect with it, we can then see people and connect with people and learn that, you know what, we're all different and we're all beautiful, and we all deserve a shot at life. And we should not look to judge other people, right? We should not look to condemn other people. We simply need to focus on ourselves, and that we are all deserving of love. So that's as above. Let me get a little sip. So how does that make you feel? What thoughts do you have? So, all right. Kundalini variations and vibrations. Well, hello. This is interesting. I just noticed. I don't know why I just noticed this. So below, for stack 3, the so below, the earthly vibration of it, the expression of the materialistic realm, as well as what we are currently sort of like embodying, is earth, grounding. Earth, grounding. Reliable, structured, industrious, useful, stubborn, unbending. So earth, grounding. How does that make you feel? What's going on in the physical right now for stack 3, right? Earth, grounding. Reliable, structured, industrious, useful, stubborn, unbending. I really like it. I like it. Obviously, I like it all because I keep saying that. But I do. I like the message that is being expressed with earth and grounding, because we realize like what we're going through right now. We're learning to obliterate. I don't know why. I just love that word. So say it with me. Obliterate. Anyways, so we are learning to really like just take things down that are no longer serving us in our own lives and in the outside world too. We are learning to just completely destroy shit that just does not work. And that's beautiful. Absolutely, it's beautiful. But the thing is we are learning as well to build on that. We are learning to restructure or just completely structure something entirely new, because we can't, it's not about restructuring really, because things aren't working. And so we must ask ourselves in our own lives, like, okay, what am I building upon that is a shoddy foundation? What am I doing that's just not working? Time to like fuck that shit up. Like, boom, get some dynamite, blow that shit up, go away, not working anymore. It's done. And let's build something new. Okay. And that's the beauty of Earth. The Earth will forever, rebuild and recreate and take itself into its own energy, right? And so what do we need to let go of and really just destroy in regards to our own physical reality? And what do we need to put in its place to structure, to organize? So this old paradigm, old programming is coming to an end because we do not benefit from it anymore. It does not serve us. We are headed in a different direction. We are choosing differently in our lives. And so it's really important to take that and to start structuring something that is better serving to ourselves, right? And when I say to ourselves, I mean to all of us, not just to the individual, but to all of us as a whole. And where can you be useful? Where can you be useful right now? What service? What do you have to offer your reality? Reach out, be of service if that's something that calls to you. Be reliable, right? It is important. It's important to show up when you can. And sometimes that's showing up for yourself because you deserve it. You need to show up for yourself, Get rid of everything, right? Let go of all of that shit and realize the most important thing that we need to do every single day is show up for ourselves. And I don't mean, people who have kids and all these other, no. You must show up for yourself each and every day. You must show up for yourself. You don't show up for your kids. I mean, obviously, you need to show up for your fucking kids, but hopefully this is making sense. But you need to show up for yourself, because when you show up for yourself and you choose yourself that day, each and every day, when you show up and you are reliable with consistency, that I am here to live this experience. I am here to structure the life that I desire for myself and design this reality. Then when you show up for yourself and you show that you have consistency and you are reliable in that, you then boom, shift that, and you can send that to the rest of the people, situations and experiences in your reality. And so then boom, you can show up for your children best. When you show up for yourself first, boom, a bitch can show up for their children, right? You can show up for your spouse, you can show up for your work, but you must show up ultimately for yourself. And that connects with union, feel as one, because when we show up for ourselves and we start to structure, right? We structure our reality based on what we really desire for ourselves. We start to pull in. It's like, okay, I am showing up for myself. I love where I'm at and I love what I'm creating. And then I understand we are all connected. And I don't need to do this alone. I do work with a team. I do work with this and this. I have the ability to co-create. And so when I have this mission, I love what I do. Just like what we're doing right now. I absolutely love what I do. And I would do it alone if that sounds weird. But I would do these readings and such, even if you weren't here. But my mission is to help and be of service, and to be able to, support my family financially as well. And also help everyone as best as I can, where I can. And so I love this. I love doing this. And I would show up for myself doing this, if you were here, if you were not here, I'm absolutely stoked that you are here, because I think of union. We are co-creating this. We are here doing this together, and we're conversing, and we are connecting in all of this. And so that is great. And it helps me to really show up even more. So when I show up for myself, I woke up today, I was like, bitch, I'm showing up for myself. I'm going to work out. I got this. And then I feel really good, and I can show up for you, right? Does that make sense? And so when we don't have to do it alone, reach out, you know? And if someone's reaching out to you, if you show up for yourself, right? Someone is reaching out to you, then you will be able to discern if you are appropriate, or if you can help them, or if you just really can't. And there's nothing wrong with saying no. And you shouldn't feel bad, especially when you show up for self and you realize, like, I just can't do this. I can't help you. I might know someone. If you know someone, you can pass them on and say, hey, I just can't right now. I can't do this, but I do know someone. Then that's fine. That's respectable. Don't try and help someone if you haven't shown up for yourself first. And you just don't. So Kundalini plus Earth seems pretty straightforward. Be one with our world. 2 years of solid shadow work has definitely twisted my tribe up, or rather my idea of tribe and who is truly in my greatest good. It's really coming to fruition lately. Yes, absolutely. The need for a fully grounded restructure is real over here. Yep. Let's see. Some fear change, dig in their heels, close themselves further. Yeah, I love change. I knock on. All this is fake fucking wood, y'all. Knock on, Palo Santo, knock. But I embrace change. I really actually enjoy it, because it just makes me feel good. Like, ooh, we're growing. There's something new, exciting. So let's see. I'm really feeling this last card. When my client got sick, I really had to get rid of that old service model of serving others first before I took care of my own needs, which is what I feel like we do a lot in this industry. And right now I'm really learning to focus on me again. And I feel like I'm serving others better when I serve myself and meet my needs. Exactly. Especially like for those in healthcare and things like that. It's like, yeah, you have to take care of yourself first. And you're better equipped when you show up for yourself. You're better equipped to understand you can show up for other people. And that's where it's feel as one. When you feel for yourself, you understand you're there. You can then feel for your community, and then you can be better, right? You can show up better, right? Let's see. Reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this a better, except don't physically touch their hand. But I go, yeah, exactly. Let's see. So I listened to a Hindu guru once who stated that in order to understand others, we must first understand ourselves. Absolutely. We cannot help others if we ignore ourselves. We will fall flat on our faces. Yeah, it's important to know who we are. Yeah, it's a process. How do I learn to embrace change? That's a good one. I think the response to that is going to be different for everyone. So if anyone wants to comment, like how are you learning to embrace change? What are you doing? Do you have any tips or techniques? I think that that comes to like this understanding where, change, this is the thing, change is inevitable. We really cannot escape it. And so that really helped me to embrace it, because it's like, look, it's going to happen with or without me. If I am not embracing change and it's happening without me, that really can be a traumatic experience. And that really can be a very chaotic and frustrating thing, right? And so what I've learned is, because it is going to happen no matter what, I can embrace the idea of change and learn more about the process. And when I embrace it, it doesn't feel as heavy. It doesn't feel as toxic or traumatic. It may not be the best change in the world at that moment, right? But I learn a lot from it. And so I simply seek to just understand, okay, there's a change happening. What can I learn from this? And how can and I always go back to like, what can I learn from this? How can I perfect my transition with this? And what do I want for my life? You know, what is the sort of like end goal right now? What do I want for my life? What am I creating? How do I want to experience life? So I realize the change, all of these changes are happening in my highest and best, even if they're filtered through something that is a little troublesome or frustrating. If I am focused on creating the best life for myself and I'm focused on getting to where I need to be, I realize the things that happen along the way are setting me up for success and setting me up to create, what I really want. And so if that makes sense, that's kind of how I've come to embrace change, because I realize like this is not the end. So when things change and it's not necessarily the best change, like it feels great, doesn't feel great, I realize this isn't the end. My life isn't over. This isn't where like the change happens and then it stops, right? No, after this change, other things take place and more changes is going to happen. And I'm still focused on creating that life that I want. I'm still focused on embracing this beautiful experience. And so these things may have needed to happen in order to get me to where I need to be. I may have needed to learn something through this really unfortunate experience or problematic experience. I may have gained from that experience that will set me up for success for where I need to be. I may, right? And so that's kind of how I embrace change. That's how I look at it. Let's see. I first stopped fearing change, then began to see the positives and past changes so I could let it happen without fighting or chaos. I'm a Taurus. This advice is real. Yes, only permanence is impermanence. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see. Okay, so mindset shift, not why is this happening to me versus why is this happening for me. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it's why is this happening for me? This is happening for me. Why? Let's discover. So I really like, okay, these are the cards, right? These are the cards. Thank you so much. If you have any thoughts, any last minute questions, feel free to comment. But I really like the blend. So stack one, we had red and water. We know it's about body positivity, finding ourselves and really being comfortable in our own skin, and understanding our emotions and how to blend our emotional standpoint with our physical body. And then stack two, Gemini and blue, it's about communication and learning to rewire our thought patterns and not necessarily stepping into that sort of emotional standpoint. We need to learn to, yes, have emotion, be aware of emotion, but maybe take a little step back and be a little detached when we communicate, and focusing in on our immediate environment and learning to tune within, pay attention to what's going on internally. And then stack three, union, feel as one, earth and grounding. We realize we do need to ground out. We need to create a solid foundation, an organized foundation for ourselves, but only we can decide what that means for our own lives and our own reality. But it is understanding that we don't have to do this alone. So reach out, find a team, and feel as one, feel and send that out there. Like, we're all in this together. We're all in this together, creating the best life for ourselves. And let's structure differently. Let's create something and really organize and show up for ourselves every day and ask ourselves, what does that look like to me? How does that make me feel? How do I show up for myself every single day? Right. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. And if you have any questions later on, feel free to message me, post on the page if you'd like. I really do appreciate you. I thank you so much. And there's different ways to support the page. You can tip, you can, bless something on the Amazon wish list if you want. You can just, engage with me here. That helps me. I love engaging with you. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this with a friend. There's so many different ways, and all of them are blessed and welcome. So I really do appreciate that. Absolutely. My voice is going away. So thank you for sharing. I miss you. I'm so glad that I was able to catch you today. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome, y'all. And also, peace out. May you be blessed. Enjoy your day. Have fun. I will talk to you soon. Blessed be.